Actually, people call me Rich. That was only that's my middle name. That's what I gave the guy in the thing. So really, I go by Rich. I've been clocking back and forth because that's what Rob has been calling
People
me.
know you as Larry too, though, right?
Yeah, but basically it's Rich.
It's Rich?
Yeah, Rich. But Larry, you can use either one.
Is your name McLaughlin?
McElreath.
McElreath.
Right.
Why you tell us McLaughlin before?
Because when I was sitting there talking to you, I was like saying, well, should I give my real name or not? And I told Rob, I says, if I go there, I says, I'll tell you. For, I'd say 12, 13 years.
Yeah, definitely. Is there
or maybe.
I just wanted to prove to you that I wasn't completely telling a falsehood about being a deputy sheriff, okay? I wanted to show.
How long does that car go back to?
Actually, probably about, I would say 82, 83.
13 years ago.
Yeah, and more of it was do constable work. You'd serve summons. You know how
so
like.
You're a member of the Sheriff's Association?
I used to be. Okay, now that's why I was kind of hesitant to show you the badge that day because, well, really I'm not one anymore. So, but I also wanted to tell you that I wasn't just completely making it up.
And you were saying that you were, part of an investigation.
Yeah, we'll talk. Well, if you
okay.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be. I told Tom. They tell Tom Rob the whole story.
Yeah.
I told him the whole story.
Yeah.
And it was kind of more of a perplexing, wondering. Things are going through my mind, wondering what to say. And you have to understand too that we were walking down the street, people are stopping, and very confusing.
Yeah.
Very confusing in what to say. And like I told Rob yesterday, I said...
it's kind of a confusing story, too.
It is. There's some things that I did wrong that I could have made things better, you know, where I could have followed up the person I talked to. I gave out too much information. There's just, you know, the person, did he tell you my story? Did you listen to the recording?
Well, I'm going to ask you the story right now. Are we okay, Rick?
Beating myself. I'm getting more confused as days goes on thinking about it. And that's why I wanted to get it done. I said, Rob, I've got to tell my story, and I don't want you guys chasing all over the place. I said, if I've got an honest story to tell, I'm just going to tell it. You know, you have to do what you think is right. Because I actually think you're very fair, and I think you'll listen to it.
Okay.
And there are some screw-ups in it. I'll admit. I mean, changing my screen name wasn't a good idea. It was a stupid idea.
Change your screen name?
Yeah. Well,
no, go ahead and tell me.
Well, he's one not on yet.
Yeah, I'm rolling.
Oh, you are rolling? Okay.
Did
you want to ask me?
Did you change your screen name?
Well, what basically the story was, and let's go from beyond
okay.
when you and I met. I was in the private rooms, or whatever they call the...
Chat rooms.
Chat rooms, or whatever. And you can create rooms in there. And basically, I was looking for a date. And I had you created a room which was basically older male, you kind of make abbreviations, for a younger female. And I'm in the room, of course, nobody's responding. They don't just come on, they just kind of pop it in or whatever. And all of a sudden, somebody comes on and gives me an instant message. It's a guy named Ken, and the screen name was Ken ESC1, if I recall, okay? I did write him a couple times, so I think that's what I wrote. And he says, I was kind of surprised. I'm saying, well, I was really looking for a woman, not looking for a male. He says, well, he does dating services. And I kind of went into it, and he asked me all about myself. And I told him my age and my height. And I told him I was 5'11", weighed about 190, and I was looking for a younger woman to date and meet or whatever. It was not for any particular reason yet, because I mean, you can do other things. I wanted to make sure people didn't understand I was looking for a prostitute, because that's not what I was looking for. And he said that he does dating services, and that if I like the person, then I can meet with them or whatever. And he said he has some ladies looking for gentlemen or whatever. And the thing is that he kind of cut in. And I don't know how they do that. Later on, I asked America Online what they do is they can look in the people thing and find out about people without actually being in the room. And I had no clue about that.
Yeah.
When you can click on people, and I guess it lists the people. I'm a rookie to it. I only been in it a couple. I didn't know even know how to get the rooms. So I talked to him. I said that this is what I was, and he says, "Well, would you like to meet somebody?" So I said, "Yeah, sure, under certain circumstances. I'd like to meet during the daytime. I want it to be all on the up and up." And he said, "Well, what area I knew?" He said he was from the New York area. And I said, well, I've been up by the Albany area, and I've been up by Lake George. That's one of the reasons why I knew Troy area, because 3 years ago we vacationed up at Lake George and came through Troy.
Right.
Right through the center of Troy, and we were cutting back to North Adams. I guess there's a route that heads out towards North Adams and down. And I basically told him, and he asked, well, how can I identify you if we want to set this up or whatever? And he says, well, what do you normally wear? I says, well, I can wear anything. I says, I mean, I have the Babson College hat I always wear. I have a sweatshirt. I usually wear slacks or whatever, and I'm telling him what I wear. And he asked, well, he needs a description so he could tell this person. But the one thing that you know, that I should have picked up on, he wasn't very specific about the person I was meeting. So I basically gave this information out. This was probably around the 1st of April. It was a Saturday. And we were talking on it, you know. I said, but wait, there's some real wacky people in these. When you go through those rooms, you see they're looking for everything, which I think is kind of dangerous. There, I mean, anybody can get on if they have a password. Kind of anything can happen in those things. And I said, well, I've been getting some messages, like how he cut in. And I said, I'm kind of perplexed by that. I don't really know why they can do that. So I basically, and he said, well, easy, just change your screen name. I've been somebody that's American Online for like 2 weeks before that. And I knew that you can't change your base name, but he said you can't change the name you subscribe under, but you can change the screen names underneath.
Yes.
And he says the best way to stop people kind of interfering is just create another screen name and delete your old one. So I said, well, that sounds good. I mean, that way there I won't get messages and all that kind of stuff. And so I did. And that
so
day
you deleted your screen name?
I deleted my screen name on, it was around the 1st or 2nd. And then I changed to UMP73, which was one of my, you could have like 3 or 4 screen names.
Yeah,
I'm not an expert, so I know a lot about computers, but not about internet. So I changed it, and I received another message, and I told them what my schedule was over the next 2 or 3 weeks. I said I'm available basically on weekends up to Easter, and then I'm going on vacation.
Did you give this guy your password?
Yeah, I did. And
you did?
Yeah, I did. And what we did, he's talking about, well, what's your password? And I figured it wasn't going to do any problem losing my password because I was going to delete the screen name. And my password was umpire. So I gave it to him. Because, you know, I was going to delete it right after it anyway.
You didn't even know this guy, and you gave him your password.
Yeah, I know, and I mean, that's the danger of this entire thing. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to speak about it. Because, like, you don't even know who I am, and other people on the other end don't even know who you are. It's a very dangerous, and that's why I'm speaking out about this, because there's a real danger here, is the fact that I could be completely innocent. I realized later, I'm sorry about the mic there.
Sorry.
I realized later that even the setup with the girl, she could have been younger. I realized that the day that I was talking to you. I mean, I could have been meeting somebody that I was 15 years, I had no clue, because I hadn't talked to the person. She had no clue.
Well, April 1st then you made this date, right?
It was around, no, it was a contact with this Ken guy on the 1st.
And did he say he was going to have somebody meet with you?
Yeah, he said that he would email me. And he asked me what my new name was going to be. And I told him it was going to be UMP73, basically. And that was the year umpire. So I said, okay, I'll give you it, and just email me. And actually what he did, he emailed me twice. He emailed me on a, I didn't hear from him at all the first week. Then it was like a Tuesday before, yeah, it was a Tuesday. And he emailed me and said he had something set up, and was I available Saturday or Sunday. And he particularly said Saturday would be the best.
The same Saturday we were there?
It was, yeah, it was the exact same day. It was the exact
same day.
It was the exact same day. And he said to me, and basically he said that I have a place you can meet, this person will meet you, and I may be there. If you recall when I told you about somebody that was 52 and 5'11", that was the other person I was looking for, because that's what he said he was. He was going to wear a blue shirt. He said he may be there to introduce us. Blue shirt, blue pants, white sneakers.
Let me get this straight. You drove all the way from Oxbridge to Troy to meet somebody you've never seen before, and to make a date with a woman in the park that you've never met before?
Well, it wasn't just to make a date, it was just to meet. I'm the type that if I just meet you and I find that, you know, we might have just gone out and had lunch and found out there was no connection, you know what I'm saying?
Would it have been easier to maybe go to a restaurant or a coffee shop?
Actually, that was my suggestion. I wanted to go to a restaurant. I said we can sit there and have a cup of coffee or something. That's exactly right. But he said this is where he could meet, so we'd meet from there and go wherever I want to go.
That's very interesting. One problem I have, though, are the conversations with Danny J13. Metro123 was making all these arrangements with Danny J13 the very same day you were supposed to meet a young woman in Troy.
Exactly.
The same hour, saying the same things. How did that happen?
I can't answer for the messages to Danny J. I just can't. I mean, the day I was looking at that piece of paper that you gave me, and then I gave it back to you, one, I couldn't see it. It was very light, and I had my glasses on, and I can't read I'm nearsighted, so I can't read something that close. I think I only glanced at it and kind of got upset. I didn't even know what I was reading.
But you deleted your screen name, though, right?
The screen name was deleted around April 1st.
April 1st.
April 1st.
So how did Metro123 start talking with Danny J after that?
Could he have, I don't know, could he used my screen name? Because he knew me then. You know what I'm saying? He knew about me. And if this person was not in the app, obviously he wasn't in the app because the person wasn't there I was supposed to meet with. First of all, okay? The person that I was supposed to meet with was not there. And I walked around looking, and then I said, well, maybe they're up on the main street by the city hall. Because he told me, let me just finish.
All right.
He told me to park in the city hall under the parking garage. There's an open parking garage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I pulled in directly when I came there. I parked there, took a little walk, and then I kind of went away from there.
That was Danny J, wasn't it, who told you that that's where...
No, this is the guy, because I kept Route 4 now.
Mm-hmm.
This is, Ken gave me a message on Friday night. This was the night before. That's basically it. Gave me the night before and said, meet us there around 11. He says, I may be there at 10:30, but meet us there around 11. If I'm not there at about 15:15, then I can't make it. Then I'm kind of thinking, well, why should I? Here I am. I mean, this is the stupid thing I did. Here I'm driving all the way out there, and this is where, I mean, it was a stupid thing because I don't even know this person. I mean, I thought about this later. I have no clue who this is. I mean, I could have been completely set up.
And you gave a perfect stranger your password?
Yeah, but I deleted it, though. But the thing is that, and I found out when you delete it, it should be all gone. I mean, they should have not...
And that includes Metro123, right?
Exactly, and that's the one that I deleted. I have no...
Well, Larry, if you deleted Metro123...
I did, yeah.
Okay, you're lying.
What's that?
America Online says if you delete your screen name, which in your case
I did, yeah.
was Metro123,
Right.
it goes into a dead file.
Yeah.
That means nobody, not even yourself, under the same password, or this other guy
That's right,
under your
and
password
you're
can go
absolutely right.
get it. So how did Metro123 talk with Danny J if it wasn't you?
I have no idea. I have no concept at all, because I checked the same thing you checked. I asked them, I think you must have called them also, I asked them, is there any way somebody can use my name after? And he says, well, basically what it does is they put it away. Nobody has access to it.
It's in a dead file.
Right, you can't, I mean, if I even tried to get back at it, once it's gone, it's like bye-bye, it's gone. Nobody can look at it, it's like out. That's what they said.
Well, what were you doing in the park that Saturday at 11 a.m.?
To meet this young lady named Danielle. And obviously when you said that morning, I'm saying Metro123, Danielle, I don't know what is going on here.
Not Danny J.
Not Danny J.
Nobody else could have been Metro123 except for the person that had that name in the beginning, and that was you. And you claim...
And I'm being honest, I'm saying that it was mine. I'm just saying that 3 weeks ago when I first went on, that was my name. I mean, if you're saying I'm lying, but, I mean, I could just say that I didn't use it, but I did. I mean, that was the name that I had. And whatever, I mean, you ask me a question, that's what I have to tell you. Okay?
And Metro123 talked to Danny J13. So somebody had to have that, and it was you,
and
because no one else could have gotten it.
And I also have a point, too, that say that I also was going to write you back when I got back online. I got a message on my system when I came back, and I think I told your producer this, Rob, that I received a message saying that the deal was off. This is from Ken, ESC1, which means Escort 1 or whatever, saying the deal was off that I had brought reporters with me. So somehow... And,
Ken said this.
And I told Rob that day. And then I tried to message Ken that, and of course he was gone, and then I didn't know who you were.
This was after the meeting we
This
had?
was after the meeting that we had on that Saturday. And then what I did was, I was going to email you, but I didn't know who you were. I mean, if I would have known, I mean, what did I know you were under?
Are you Ken?
Am I Ken? No, I'm not Ken, of course not.
You can have 5 screen names at once.
Yeah, so you could have 4 or 5 screen names at
Sure.
once, yeah. But that's the story. That's basically
Because
it.
the truth is, Metro123 made contact with Danny J, and there was
Which was you.
Lots of information exchanged.
Which was you.
That is
That's
correct.
Right. Which was you.
Lots of information exchanged, lots of information that can be construed as illegal.
Right.
And you say that it wasn't you, though
Right.
there's no other person it could have been, because there's no other way anybody else could have gotten access
I don't
to
know.
that name.
Well, could they have gone to internet or whatever? Or is
No,
Is that
it's
the
in a-
name that you used that contacted you all the time?
Yes.
It wasn't.
All the time.
Okay.
It's in a dead file. Once
Yep.
you delete that, even if someone else has your password, which again is not a very good thing to do. This guy could have run up a lot of money on your computer. He could have done a lot of things.
That's one of the reasons why I said that I called America Online that afternoon, but she didn't have all the answers. Usually it's one of the customer service people. So I did talk to somebody on Monday, and they kind of explained what you just explained. I'm saying, is there any way anybody else could get it? And I'm just telling you that that's it. I mean, whether somehow somebody got on it, I don't know. But one, I did not make contact. That was not me. I was there for that purpose only, and that's all I can tell you, Tom. That's it.
You drove 3 hours to meet somebody you never even seen before?
Yeah, well, when you're lonely, you do.
But there are dating services around the area, aren't
and
there?
that's actually what I should have done.
Personal ads.
But what it is
you can see pictures.
Right, actually.
Video.
But I think another point is that you get caught up in the technology, and I think that's something to learn from this is that when you see something new and think that you can take advantage of it, you say, "Oh, this is neat." But obviously, there are a lot of drawbacks to it. There are drawbacks where that I'm just saying that I was caught. And I don't know. I can't tell you the story. If I can't make up something that I don't know about who this other person is, because that's all the information I have. I'm not going to make something up. I'm just, and I refuse to. I mean, if I wasn't sincere enough, I wouldn't have come back and talked to you, first of all. Exactly. And I'm saying, well, whether you believe me or not, that's what happened. And that's it.
But you made contact with Danny J. Did you think that was Danielle? And
no,
you were saying
absolutely
those things?
Not. Absolutely
because
not.
Danny
Absolutely
J.
not.
explained he was a 13-year-old boy.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The first time when I heard the name, when you first interviewed me, you said, "Are you looking for Dan J?" I think that was your first comment to me or whatever. I'm just trying to get my memory.
That's correct.
And I said no. And right away I said that I was looking for somebody, woman 22 years old. That's exactly what I said to you.
You also told me you weren't Larry.
Yeah, I also said it was Seneca College.
Seneca College.
And there's no Seneca College.
No such thing as Seneca College.
I should have picked up on that right away because I know there's no, it could have been out by the Finger Lakes, but there's none in Albany. And even though I said that and I'm looking at it, and I wasn't very smart with this at all. I mean, I would have picked it up right away with Seneca College. Because I know there's a Siena College, but there's not a Seneca College.
You said there was an undercover investigation that we were going to blow.
I told you, I just told you that, you know, I was perplexed and wondering what was going on. And basically what I was planning to do was try to go find out what happened. And you also recall that I called you back on Monday, as I promised. I didn't kind of just avoid the situation and say, well, I wasn't going to have anything to do with it. I said I need some time to talk.
Assuming that the impossible happened and this person somehow got a hold of Metro123, even though America Online says there's no way he could have used that. Why would he set this up at the exact same time you were supposed to meet this Danielle woman?
Yeah, I thought of that. And
did you ask this person if he exists? Can you tell me anything why this person would do this?
Maybe he was setting up something for the Danny J. That's the only thing I can think of. He could have been standing around somewhere. Was there anybody else in that area? I just don't know whether he was making. He could have felt there was something up, and he said, "Well, to be safe, I can set somebody else up." And I just tell you, this is, I mean, this is a stupid thing to do. It was, and it was a mistake. But I can honestly say that I was not the person talking. I talked to a producer, and he says, "Well, I can tell you what was." I said, "I don't want to know the conversation. I don't want to know what they were talking about." Because then that feeds information to me that I could feed. I don't want to know. I don't want because that conversation wasn't between me. All I can know is what I said to Ken, or whoever this guy is. And he's gone now, too. That's the danger, and that's why I'm here.
You still couldn't admit that you talked to Danny J. as Metro123.
I did not.
And set up that meeting.
Nope. Cannot.
You stand by your story?
I stand by the story. That's it. And be honest, if I did, I'd probably say, I don't know what I'd say. I mean, I have to really think about that.
Have you made any other meetings or dates on the internet with any men or women even?
None.
Because
to be honest, I only was on it for 3 weeks. I got there's a disc that came in the mail mid-March, and to be honest, I didn't even know what I was doing with it. I had no clue how to go to rooms or what I was doing. I was using it for ABC Sports and looking at things, and finally you start clicking and things start happening. You can see things going in, and you click more buttons, and you think, what happens? And that's basically what I was in.
You're a member of the Worcester County Deputies
No,
Association?
I didn't say that.
or
I'm
Sheriff's
not
Association?
any. Not
Well,
anymore.
you
Yeah, I
used to
were.
be. You
Yes,
used to be.
yeah,
Excuse
exactly.
me.
Yep.
13 years ago.
Yep.
Have you ever had any trouble with the law? Have you ever been arrested for
No.
anything? Or
No, I haven't. No.
anything like that?
Actually, I'm in the security field, and they do query checks on us, so I wouldn't be able to be in the field I'm in if
Because
I-
the number you gave me to call about this investigation was a number of a health alliance in Erie, Pennsylvania.
I'd explained to I explained to Rob when I called. I said, "Don't have him call that number because it's not true." I mean, actually, what was a great number if I gave you that. I said, "How can I get this guy a number?" And I was trying to think of my business way he could get into me, and that's why when I gave you, I said I've got to call him back because that was wrong.
So if that was wrong, how can I believe this story you're telling
I don't
me?
know how you. I mean, you have to use your judgment. I mean, what more can I say? I can't say anything more.
You can tell me the truth.
What is the truth? The truth is that I met a guy, I talked to a guy named Ken on the internet. If this guy used it, I'm not an expert enough to tell you this technically possible or not. American Online, you were absolutely right, said, well, it goes in a dead file. You were right. I mean, it did. So I'm wondering, well, how do I explain? How do I explain this then? I don't know how I explain it. Can it go through another network or whatever? I don't know. Does it go through the internet, other things? Can they use another mailbox? I don't know if they can. I know that, I think you're right with American Online that they can't.
They can't.
So,
it's in a dead file. Nobody else gets it. Even you can't get it.
Oh, I know that, because I asked her, I says, if I wanted to retrieve that to read what was in it, it's exactly what I said to her, can I do it? And the mistake I made, also another mistake, was, since I was new at it, I had my printer, and I should have printed stuff, because then I could have had I had to write things off the screen. Because I had a COM port problem with my modem and the printer, and it wouldn't print off while American Online was on. Plus, I didn't know how to do it. I guess there's a way, because obviously there's a way, because you showed me that piece of paper that you can do email or something off of it and print it.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that, and that would have probably helped me. And I thought about this, well, maybe I could just type it. But I said, no, that's stupid.
Do you have any other meetings planned with anybody else?
No, as soon as this happened, Tom, and I might call American Online, and I talked to you that night, I've taken away American Online. I mean, I have only because I'm not sure about it. You know what I'm saying? And I think if anything I can convey to people is that watch what your kids and watch what you do on it. Because, again, you don't know who's on the other end of the line. You don't know me from a hole in the wall, and I actually don't know you. And this same thing with this other person I was talking to, I really don't know him. This could have been the biggest drag. And I thought about this all after. I said, why did I answer the questions that I answered?
You know, forget about us. If what you're saying is true and you go to meet a woman, you could have met somebody who could blow your head off.
I could have also met somebody that was underage. And that's what I thought about right away when I was talking to you there. I said, this could have been a complete setup. And that's what I have to go. I will never, ever do a dating service through these types of things. I will talk personally to people, see a picture of them, meet them through a service that's actually dedicated. I will never, because
when you get lonely,
oh God,
wouldn't you think about that right off the bat?
I didn't though. I mean, I think what
big
happened.
Big area like Springfield, Boston, all kinds of women around there.
That's right, absolutely right.
Young women, women in their 20s who'd love to go out with an older man.
Well, yeah, but sometimes when you're as ugly as I am, it's hard to find people. This has been a chance for me to tell my side, and you've let me do that, and that's all I asked.
Well, that's what we're here for.
And
you know, that's our job, to try to get the most balanced story we can.
The thing is that I can't explain it, and whatever people believe, and there's nothing I can do about it, really. There's really nothing I can do. And want me to hold this up for you?
Just set it right.
You got the light in the way.
Well, there are things you can do. If you had a problem, you could talk to somebody about it.
Sure, exactly.
You know,
one of my problems is being lonely. So I guess I work hard, and I actually should have done the right thing.
You could start with that. Say, look, you know, I mean, things. You know, maybe talk to somebody, a professional, maybe about.
I had my head blown off, and right now, it's like I've gotten you think that I'm the worst person in the world, and I don't want that. And that's what I told Rob. I said, Rob, I don't want these guys to think that I'm that way at all. I just don't want them to think that way, and that's why I'm here right now. If I didn't care, I wouldn't have driven this way, and it took me a lot. And it's good that I've been able to tell my story, and that's all I can ask. I mean, as a journalist, you can say on your report that, well, you really don't believe this, but that's your prerogative, and I'm not trying to take that away from you. But at least you let me have a chance to say.
Sure.
And it was awful hard that day to say what I needed to say. It was just, It was too, I mean, there was a couple of guys by the car down there, and it was just, we were walking along. Are we just about done?
Yeah.
You ready, Rick?
Yeah.
You running? Yeah, I was just going to ask, I mean, it just sounds, I'm not a psychologist or anything. I don't want to pass myself off as any kind of authority. But it seems to me that you're looking for someone to talk to about this, that you, do you want to come clean with anything? I'm just thinking.
No, I feel better right now that I've talked to you right now. I had a chance to sit down and talk to you. I feel refreshed because I told you face to face.
Do you feel comfortable with what you told me?
Do I feel comfortable? I think, no. I think that I feel that, I don't feel comfortable because I don't think you feel comfortable. I can't, if I'm not sure that you believe what I say, then I really can't feel comfortable with that.
It doesn't matter what I think, it matters if you're telling the truth.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, if I say that that's what happened, then that's all I can say. I can't bring anything else into it.
But do you believe that's what happened?
Do I believe? I don't know the whole truth of what happened because I don't know what happened. I can't give reasons for some. I can only give reasons for what I did. I can't give reasons for other things, Tom.
After April 1st, you were not Metro123.
Exactly.
After all those conversations with Danny J, you still say you were not Metro123.
That I had conversations with
Metro123 had conversations.
No, I didn't. I have no clue.
That's what impresses. Nobody else could have done
I know
that.
you said that 4 or 5 times, and I can't answer that question. I can't. Is there a way? I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay. I think that's it.